My dad told me I wasn't getting a single dollar from my grandmother's inheritance because I was the family disappointment. Then he handed my entire share to my younger brother while I sat there in silence. I couldn't believe it. My grandmother and I were incredibly close. I visited her every week, helped with groceries, drove her to appointments, and spent holidays with her when nobody else bothered. But according to my dad, none of that mattered. She wanted your brother to have it, he said. My brother smirked. I felt sick. The inheritance was over $300,000. I got nothing. For months, I tried to move on. Then one day, I received a call from a lawyer. There's something you need to see. I almost ignored it. But that meeting changed everything. The lawyer handed me a copy of my grandmother's actual will. My hands started shaking. Because according to the document, she had split everything equally between all 3 grandchildren. Equal shares. No exceptions. What the hell? The lawyer looked confused. You didn't know. I felt my stomach drop. Someone had lied. And I already knew who. I confronted my dad that night. He immediately got defensive. You don't understand how complicated this is. No, I said. You explain it. He refused. My brother suddenly wouldn't answer my calls either. That was all the confirmation I needed. So I hired an attorney. A few weeks later, we uncovered something even worse. My dad had been named executor of the estate. And instead of following the will, he secretly transferred my share into accounts connected to my brother. He literally stole my inheritance. I was furious. But then the biggest twist arrived. The lawyer found emails. Hundreds of them. Messages between my grandmother and her attorney before she passed away. One email stood out. If anything happens to my grandson's inheritance, I want him protected. I fear certain family members may try to interfere. She knew. She actually knew. I sat there staring at the screen. Even from beyond the grave, she had seen this coming. My dad had spent years telling everyone I was irresponsible. Lazy. A failure. Apparently he'd been building a story so nobody would question where the money went. But now everything was falling apart. The case went to court. My dad kept insisting he had done nothing wrong. My brother backed him up. For a while, I was scared they might get away with it. Then the bank records came out. Every transfer. Every withdrawal. Every signature. Everything. The judge looked disgusted. My dad's entire story collapsed in minutes. My brother suddenly changed his tune. It wasn't my idea. What? He pointed straight at my dad. He told me to take it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They were turning on each other in the courtroom. After months of lies, both of them were desperately trying to save themselves. It didn't work. The judge ordered the money returned. Every cent plus interest. Plus legal fees. I thought that was the end. It wasn't. A few weeks later, another secret surfaced. My grandmother had left behind personal letters for every grandchild. I'd never received mine. Guess who had hidden it? My dad. The lawyer finally gave it to me. I opened it alone. Inside was a handwritten note. She wrote, "You were always the one who showed up when nobody else did. Never let anyone convince you that your kindness is weakness." I broke down crying. For years I believed the things my dad said about me. I thought maybe I really was the disappointment. Turns out the only person who thought that was him. Today, I have my inheritance back. My dad barely speaks to me. My brother lost most of his relationships. And the entire family knows exactly what happened. The man who called me the family disappointment ended up becoming the family's biggest disgrace.